9:47 a.m. and it's the 27th. Yeah, 27th of June. Sunday. And we're about 20 kilometres short of Fowlers Gap. Chilly morning this morning. Woke up to a couple of degrees. But funnily enough, it did not feel as cold as what it did when I woke up yesterday morning at the other side of Broken Hill, which was a degree or two warmer. And that was open plain there. Here I am surrounded by slightly higher ground. So whether that had anything to do with it or not, I don't know, but it certainly wasn't as chilly. I was prepared for it last night, and it didn't happen. It didn't freeze to death completely. Okay, we're on our way. Another quiet night, and again I had signal. It was slow to start with, but it got better as time went on. It was alright this morning, so I was able to upload everything and able to watch videos. That was quite surprising. I really didn't expect that I'd have that luxury out here this morning, last night. I've been looking at the Telstra Cellfire Go. It's about $1,000, but it apparently boosts your signal quite substantially. So if there's a hit of a signal somewhere, it'll grab it and convert it. And when you're doing the sort of thing I'm doing, and that is creating videos, and you want to upload them, then you need as good a signal as you can possibly get. To me, the money we pay for the service we get from Telstra or from Optus or from any of them, that sort of strength should be built into the signal to start with, I feel, but still. There you go. It's a glorious day so far. I think the hills we were running alongside yesterday was called the Barrier Range. I think that's where it was. I don't know what these are in front of us at the moment. Like a Formula One track with all the grids and a supermarket with all the dips. We've just entered the Fowlers Gap Arid Zone Research Station. A range of hills, the road curves around to the right and we go over them. It's around the corner here, it's a big S-bend. How do I know? Just look at the map in front of me. Oh, look at that. Nice. There's a rest area in 500 metres, it says. There it is on the left hand side. Complete with the toilet. No, it's not. It's a water tank. I suggest those buildings over there, Fowlers Gap Research Station. Gum Creek. Fowlers Gap Arizona Research Station. So that indeed is the research station in there. Fowlers Gap Creek. So Fowlers Gap, it would appear, from knowing nothing about it, to be the gap in the hills. It's probably named after someone called Fowler. He found his way through, one or the other. And we come out the other side of the hills. This is probably more of what I expected to find yesterday, open flat country. The other thing is that now, having done all that distance, and not seeing a single carcass anywhere, we're now finding quite a bit of roadkill. There's one there. So we're out here in the open plains of this area. Mind you, they're not fenced either, that's the other thing too. Most of the property is just wide open. As we approach Telephone Creek. Much of the southern area was fenced roads. This is all open station country. So the barriers aren't there. Plus the fact there's probably not as much trapping either. Although there wouldn't have been that amount of traffic on the Silver City Highway to Wentworth, I wouldn't have thought. Didn't see it anywhere near as much as we did along the Sturt Highway, that's for sure. There's a belt of trees coming up, so I wonder if there's a creek here. Another one of those grids. Stuff across it as well, but it cleaned it all up, so around here these days you see a lot of little antenna type things, towers, mini towers, probably controlling bores and that sort of thing, where they used to use windmills. Done electronically these days, can be controlled back from home. Switch them on and off. So you need to go out occasionally and check them to make sure they're working. Oh, we've suddenly got bush. I was daydreaming and hadn't actually noticed it. There we go. Another sign there saying cattle on road, so I don't know how long these signs have been there for, or whether they're just there to try and warn people that there are cattle wandering around the bush and they're just as likely to walk out onto the road. Haven't seen anything since the first one. It's the trucks who collect them at night time. Thundering through at 100 kilometres an hour, and animal walks out the front. There's not an awful lot the truckie can do. He can do everything he can to stop. handlebars don't always protect the truck either. But they certainly don't protect the cattle or the kangaroos or whatever it is that they hit. Cattle on road. It's painted in red paint. It would have been a lot easier to see if it had been in white paint, I'd suggest. Well, it's the artist coming out of me, I suppose. Artist. Yeah, bullshit artist. The artistic side of me coming out, maybe. For the fact that I'm half blind and you can't see red on silver terribly easily. One or the other. The bird's flying off the left hand side. Is there an animal? Yes, there is. Look at it. So far they all look to have been crows or maybe hawks. Haven't seen any eagles. They take forever to take off. You gotta be careful with them, they don't fly through your windscreen. Packsaddle Roadhouse. Some interesting names. Packsaddle. There's some sort of aura about it. It's like Northern Queensland, the Hell's Gate. So, why is it called Hell's Gate? I never actually did sit down and study that and try to find out for some reason or other. A Packsaddle. Paints a picture. So Packsaddle's not too far ahead of us. I've been fiddling around with a mapping system that was I needed to download for the Gawler Range National Park, and there's a whole heap of maps available for it that you can either pay for or there's some that are free, and one of the free maps actually shows me exactly where I am now, and the Packsaddle rest area is up ahead, but it doesn't tell you how far it is. Well, I haven't studied it closely enough to find out how to do that particular route anyway. But that doesn't matter. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be there when we get there, whenever that may be. Just alongside the edge of the road there are these drains, dark, probably around about 4 or 5 metres, 3 or 4 metres deep, something like that, 5 metres deep. The idea, I think, is to drain the water off the road, or grab the water, capture the water on the road, drain it into them. There's one there as well. Walked over and took a couple of photos of one when we stopped just back there. Diesel will stop. It's midday. We're leaving Packsaddle. Walked in, and I'm sorry sir, you have to put on a mask. First time we've had that this trip. Apparently the police have been running up and down the road since last night, making sure that people are complying. Otherwise instantly into jail for 15 years. So that's fair enough. There is an upside to wearing a mask out here. It does stop the flies flying down your throat. Packsaddle, apparently Working Wheels came through here and through this area, and they left there's a hill out along the road somewhere, and they had left a camel Packsaddle as they went, left it there. Station out here called Packsaddle Station, named after that apparently, and That became the name of the area, apparently. That's what I've been told. They had a barra burger for lunch, it was nice. I asked if it was imported barra or not. She came out, so I've checked. It came from North Shore in Sydney or some such thing. Yeah, but where did they get it from? I didn't ask that. 120 the mil per inca. Can't get much more barren than that, can you? Well, there's flat country and then trees. How does that work? Open land is not cleared land, it's just the way it is. Is it? What do we got going on here? Sweeping the road on a Sunday. So there's no warning that was happening, even though he's got his flashing lights going. It'd help if he had his headlights on. Road to the right was to White Cliffs, 138 kilometres. Thought it might be. This looks like it might be an RFDS strip coming up. Is it? Emergency landing strip, yep. This one looks to be wider than the ones on the Nullarbor. We've got gates. Yeah, she's set up a little differently. She's a definite landing strip, that's for sure. All the markers down the side of the road. They've got lights in them. There's the taxi pad over there. Yeah, now this one's set up differently to anyone I've seen anywhere else, that's for sure. Trucks lined up on the right hand side here. Trucks and trailers and bikes. There we go, that's the end of the strip. White Cliffs 137 across there. And there's the gates at the other end of the airstrip. So stop road closed. Ah, no, that would be on the gate when the gate's shut. So traffic coming up will tell you to stop because the road is closed because it's a plane landing. Yeah, right. It's a little confusing when you're coming this way though. Well, I've asked us to slow down to 60. I've asked us to prepare to stop. I said there's roadworks ahead. Bitumen spraying possible. Is that current or is that not current? 40 now. Or is this usual thing where they don't pull signs down on weekends? I guess all will be revealed. Tell you one thing, the glare out there is pretty ordinary. There's a guy there with a sign saying stop. Jill. Thank you.
Water there with your eyes, eh? Yeah. Right. There's in that main carriageway run, whoever comes through, someone's at a blockage, you can see where the rocks come out. He's right in the middle of the run.
Well, they've got machinery. It's got some machinery happening out here. We're currently running through a little range of sandhills. There was a historic grave back there, but I was past it before I realised what it was. This is the way the sandhills work. You have a ridge, you go over, and then there's a flat piece in between them before you come to the next ridge. These are only little fellas. People camped up for the night. This road is subject to flooding apparently, and the depth markers are marked up to 2 metres. It's an awful lot of water. It's only 7 minutes past 1 at the moment, and sort of like keep going till probably around 2ish, but Tibooburra is somewhere in the middle of this somewhere. It's only just up the road, not much further. Apparently there's a bit to look at there, whether it's open on a Sunday, but I think I prefer to do that tomorrow morning. There we go, 2 metres. Yeah, so just past the metal dump that I could have used, but you said it's still a little early maybe. It's so bright out there, even with the sunnies, which are fairly dark really, still tends to make you still tends to be fairly bright. Mind you, I've had a cataract done recently, so that's probably exacerbated the problem now. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be driving along here with 2 metres of water, would you? That's for sure. Well, a couple yards over there. The weather being what it is and the potential for what it could be sort of suggests that one should just push on and get as far up the road as you can, get to Tibooburra as soon as you can, and maybe work to getting out to Cameron Corner tomorrow. But I'm not going to push myself today just for the sake of the possibilities. I mean, if it gets to a point where I can't get out there, well, so be it. That's the way it is. There's a gateway just back there, and it had a big, looked like a really big satellite dish attached to it. You look over and see what it's got some writing on it. The writing says, "Watch the road." Love it. It all looks very good out there at the moment, but we just passed a little patch on the side of the road full of water. Just a reminder not to go off-road unless you're really sure. Okay, there was a metal dump there, but it was well in off the road, and the run-in to have a look at it. Looked pretty soft. Wasn't going to take a chance with that one, that's for sure. Okay. I had a plan. It was okay, we'll pull over as soon as we can. And actually throw some dirty washing through the machine. I've got some undies and shirts that need to be done. And take advantage of the weather as it is at the moment to dry it all out. But time is marching on from that point of view. It's 1:20, it's 1:30 now, 1:29, and don't want to leave it much longer to start doing that. I'm also a little disappointed that there's not more rest areas along this road. It's not that it's a million miles long or anything like that, but I've only seen a couple of properly constructed ones along the way. One of those was a lookout. Bill Parinka's coming up, so I'd suggest we're not going to find anywhere much before we get to there somehow. But then we've been surprised before. Look at that. So that is Peak Hill. Oh, what a drive it's been up here. This has been better than my wildest dreams in a lot of ways. It's been amazing. Plenty of what I expected, an awful lot of what I didn't expect, that's for sure. Do a spy here on the left. If you enjoyed this video, there's over 200 more just like it on this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell and we'll let you know when our next video is available. If you liked this video, hit the like button. And if you weren't that impressed, please don't hit the dislike button. Instead, tell us why, so that we can do something about it. Thanks for watching.